Sabah National High School. This is Dr. Ariel Reynes. May I give you some tips on how you'll be improving your public speaking skills, okay? So I'll be entitling this as the alphabet soup of public speaking. So let's start with letter A, that is attention getting opener. So it is very important to hook the attention of your students or your audience. So therefore we need to really have a very good, strong opening. So you may use question, you may use humor, you may start with a story or any other study you want, as long as you open with a bang. So letter B is about the body. So this is where you give enough time for your main message, because the body is actually the heart of your talks. Of course, you will have your introduction, so make it very short, and then you dwell on and giving more time to your main message, and that's the body, and you conclude shortly. So letter C stands for the costumes. Of course, it's important that you properly choose the appropriate dress for the occasion. So letter D is delivery. So this is where you make use of your voices. So make sure that you are articulate, you have modulated voice, and then you must have the strong syllables. Be confident in delivering your message. So you make use of letter E, the eye contact. Okay, so you have to look at your audience. So make sure you communicate with them by looking at them, but don't stare with your audience. So letter F is facial expression. Whether you use your mask or you don't use a mask, so it's important that your audience know if you're happy or if you're sad through your facial expression. So this is also very important. So letter G is gesture. So you have to make sure to exaggerate the gesture. So make big movements of your hands, because your hands or your gestures emphasizes point, or your gesture probably will emphasize what you want to say. So it conveys energy as well, and then your gesture may as well give emphasis to whatever message you want to share to your audience. H is humor. I want everybody to invest in humor. But of course, if humor does not come to you naturally, you have to forget it. But I want every one of you to ensure that you have time to practice delivering humorous speech, because the moment you make the audience laugh, you win the audience. So you don't need to bore, of course, your audience. So therefore, if you could please crack a joke, but this joke or humor must be clean humor. I is for interest, so make your delivery interesting by putting in some imagery, you're putting some illustration through your words. So you may use your inflection, so you may engage your audience, you involve them, you ask for hands, and this is where you make your message interesting. J is jazz. I want you to deliver every time you deliver your speech in a conversational tone. Do not orate even though if you are an orator. K is knowledge. Of course, knowledge is power. So you must have to teach the mind of your audience, bring something new, and please try to let the audience feel that you are an expert on the topic that you are discussing with them. Letter L is language. You just use a common language. If the audience are Bicolanos, you may use Bicol dialect. But if the situation warrants that you have to speak in English, you may speak in English. Okay, and be good in communication skill. So that's language. Letter M is movement. So you have to move. If there's a lectern, so it's very important that you also get out of the lectern. If you could move around, get closer to the audience, if that's possible, you do that. Don't stay at the lectern all the time. Letter N, naughty or nice. So I want you as good public speakers to be always nice to the words that you are saying. Letter O is organization. Please ensure that you have logical progression of what you're saying from introduction to the body to the closing. So everything must be coherent. Everything must be interconnected. P is for planning. I think it's Maxwell who said that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So please plan, practice, And of course, this is part of your preparation. So practice, practice, and practice. There's no perfect formula in practicing, but you have to practice. And then, if possible, do not memorize your speeches. You must speak from the heart. And if you could speak without notes, that is better. Public speakers, good public speakers, do not actually read notes. Q is questioning. So this is one of the skills that you must develop. You ask your audience. From time to time, you throw questions to your audience. R is references. Every time you say something, a quotation or any passage which is not your thoughts, your own thoughts, you have to give your proper referencing. S is for strategy. So it may be about how you deliver your speech. It incorporates already the delivery, okay? Or you may use as well letter S for sources. If there are some visual aids, if there are some props that you may need in order to enhance the effectiveness of your speech, you may use them. T is technology. Technology may range from the use of PowerPoint, the use of Google Slides, or even Canva presentation. So whatever aid that will help to strengthen your speech, please consider using them. U is undo ums. If you could avoid the ahs and oohs, or even the use of so, a lot of so, or even okay, okay, or repeated well, or repeated words, or even long pauses, well, public speakers understand that this should be eradicated. So be particular with how you make use of, or what I mean is, be particular and be sensitive in all these fillers, the so, the as, etc. V is the voice. Big or small groups, you have to modulate your voice. Public speakers are indeed having a dynamism in their speech, so be dynamic, be energetic, and then the voice will manifest all this energy with you. No one can fake energy, so just always speak naturally with dynamism. W is what is in it for me. It is important to consider your topic. It is important to consider your message to the audience, because audience may ask themselves, what is in the topic for them? So they may feel the relevance of your message. So it must be something that is addressing their learning needs, or something that may be of interest to your audience. X is for the serosomia. Public speakers may experience drying of the mouth, so better bring with you liquid, water perhaps, so that you avoid drying of the mouth or the serostomia. I consider X also for the X factor. This is something that you can explain from the speaker. The speaker may have the charisma or something in him or her that the audience love. So go for this extra factor or even extra mile. Why is yes you can? Believe yourself, because this is the start of gaining confidence, believing in yourself. If others can do it, you can do it. So no one can learn how to swim without jumping into the water. Good luck on your public speaking. Yes, you can. And Z is zest. There's time for everything. You don't have to study all the time, but of course you have to give yourself a time to play. It's not all about all play, but you have to study as well. So this is how you zest. Give yourself a time, quality time, relax, and enjoy life. Everyone, good luck on your journey in public speaking. I wish you all good luck, and then God bless you. Thank you very much.